Hello Sagittarius and welcome to the Astroflower channel. This is going to be an Astroflower reading, a tarot reading for the year of 2022. If you don't know what the Astroflower is, please go down into the description below and there will be linked a introduction video to the Astroflower. Also links to the books that we do for the Astroflower. And this will give you a heads up of how the elements and the qualities of the Astroflower interlink with one another, what the petals are and what they are concerned with, and it'll help you to understand these readings a little bit easier. We also have a sister channel where I do energy updates through dowsing the ley lines or the energy lines that go across our planets, and how the sun with its vibrations such as solar flares, filament eruptions, coronal holes and that sort of thing interact with the Earth, but also interact with all the other planets in order to give a certain nuance or emphasis on the elements and the qualities within your personal sign and with every other sign as well. So that is all linked in the description below, along with all the books that we do. After you've liked and subscribed and clicked the bell on this channel, go over to Cymatic TV, like, share, click the bell and subscribe on that channel as well. So after that bit of housekeeping, let's just get into your Astroflower reading. So Sagittarius 2022, this is the last of the readings that I'm doing for 2022 on the Astroflower. It's been quite amazing really. Most signs sort of they have a mission really, and this is all part of that new paradigm. Everyone sort of seems to be getting in and you know they've got a new purpose in life this year. This is what it seems to be, and this could be pretty much to do with what we've been through over the last year, 2 years, and we've all been through it together. So and this has helped to brought about the new paradigm, or bring about the new paradigm. So this is going to be a good heads up for the coming year and see what actually happens. Okay, so petal 1, the Empress, if you can see that. Petal 1, the Empress. So this petal here, this is petal 1. So this is the influences from the universe that is trying to encourage your karmic path. This side here is to do with your spiritual path, and this side here is to do with your material path. Petal 1 is how the universe is sort of influencing your karmic path in order for you to explore more. So the Empress card is like motherhood, as it were, but it's also connecting. It's a little bit like connecting heaven and earth, as it were. But within us, it's asking you now to sort of connect to the body, mind, and spirit, which I know you guys have had. Sagittarius has had a pretty rough ride last year. And it might have something to do with the solar cycle 25 that's just kicking in. And there's, so it's just picking up in its vibration. So it's getting a lot more in the way of solar flares, which is very sort of fiery energy, which is straight up your street, and which has been absent over the past 3 or 4 years, and even the last cycle was very slow. So I know it's been a very hard year for you guys. So connecting that body, mind and spirit this year could be really interesting, could be very important for you. Okay, so petal 2. Petal 2 is your karmic path as regards to your spirit, emotions, and that could be to do with love. This could be to do with your friends, community, and that sort of thing. So what we have here is the Six of Wands. Six of Wands. You can tell I'm going to the end of it. Six of Pentacles. Now, Six of Pentacles is all about that fair exchange. And Sagittarius, you know, like a lot of fire signs, you know, like your fellow fire signs of Aries and also Leo, you tend to look out for everybody else. And, you know, it's not just fire signs. A lot of people do that. But, you know, it's particulars to fire signs, I think. And this year may have been like that. And your karmic path or your mission this year is to start understanding that fair exchange. You know, if you are well, everybody else can be well. That's the way it works. It's not a case of when everybody else is well, then therefore I'm well. Because there's 7 billion people on this planet. You're not going to make it. You're not going to make 7 billion people well before you. When you are good, everybody else can be good. And that's a really important lesson to learn. And maybe it's something you've got to learn this year. Yeah. On your physical karmic path, you have the Strength card. Absolutely fantastic, really. Obviously, you're going to go on a journey. We'll see what it is through these cards here. And it's asking you to be strong and stay sure to your path. Don't get deviated from your path. Don't get pulled off it. Don't get caught in that should I, shouldn't I sort of mode. You know, it's now or never. It's the new paradigm. It's the new start. So, you know, do get involved. It will be fun. I guarantee you. You're having a really good reading here. Your base, this is the petal 4. So this is this is the 9 of Cups. Some people sort of say a gift from the universe, and I guess it is this case. In this case, in some cases, it's been the gift has been the person, but here it really is the universe that's given you a gift, and it's coming in from the influence. So they're influencing you. They're giving you things this year. This is for the year reading. So they're going to be giving you things, giving you heads up, and helping you to explore and go further on in life, to be strong in yourself. And as you are given these gifts, you've got to seize them. You've got to take these opportunities. And I think it'd be good for you to do that. There's no guarantee that anything runs smoothly or is going to be successful. But at least you're going to explore things from your side. And I think life will be a lot better for you. Yeah? Okay? So, petal 5. This petal here. We have the 6 of Swords. And that 6 of Swords is a rite of passage. So it's saying to you, yeah, you've been through the doldrums. It's been difficult. Spirit and these basically, this is where your guides are helping you to create the coincidences that are around you for this karmic path on the spiritual side. So they're going to create coincidences you might hear on the radio, or somebody else says when you're in a coffee shop having a cup of coffee with your friends, and that might trigger something or might sort of start something within you that encourages you to go down that path. And what they're saying is that you will be guided through this, and let your guides allow you to do this. So follow the path that is around you. I think that'd be really important. Don't be scared to just let go of the control. That is really important. And let the world or the universe sort of, you know, take over the driving for a bit. Enjoy the view. You lucky people, you've got 2 cards. Okay, so 2 cards coming out here. Interesting. This goes on to petal 7. So this is where your guides are trying to help you and help create your karmic path. And I can probably understand the Strength card now. So these 2 cards here, you're getting the Page of Wands and the 8 of Swords. So a Page of the Wands is the start of a journey. So I think it's going to come up more sort of around about, I would have thought, because you've had this hold on strong, and I think it's keep the faith in a way now. I think that's sort of that Strength card, and it's sort of, I think things are sort of like kick in for you really around about sort of March, April time. And it's going to be the start of a new journey, very passionate. You're going to learn loads about the physical and material world, but it's going to ask you to take a good, hard look at yourself, you know, and actually realise that maybe there's some things in you that might need changing, but there is also some things around you in the physical world that you probably need to let go of and not necessarily sort of keep tying you down. Yeah? Okay? So let's move on to your spiritual path again. It's moving up into petal 8. So petal 8 is where your guides are trying to help you on the spiritual path. And this is all to do with your your subconscious, not your super subconscious. your subconscious. So basically, it's a little bit like the devil and the angel that's sort of sitting on your shoulders. And as they sit on your shoulders, they guide you. So you have this internal conversation with them. And on your spiritual side, there's going to be a lot of messages coming in constantly. I wouldn't be surprised if the chariot turns up at some point in this reading for you around this place here. It'd be interesting to see that. Yeah. So there seems to be a lot of messages around you, and maybe it's a case of not listening to it all and getting deviated from your path. So and keeping strong and staying sure to your path. So this is a good card. This is Justice. Okay. So this is how your guides are trying to help you in the material sense. And it might have been tricky over the last year. I think it's been tricky for everyone, hasn't it, really? But over the last year, trying to physically put in place, your job or your projects or business or even buying a house and stuff like that. And this is a Justice card, so there's a lot of air. So, and you do have air. Oh, sorry, you do have air coming in from that sort of side, or coming through you rather from that sort of side, and it's rushing up through here. So it's going to help you here. You should be able to make quick thoughts and quick decisions. There's not really decisions in life. Once you start connecting with your guides and the universe that is around you, it actually becomes the evident path, what I call the evident path. So I believe that there's no real choices in life. You could be looking at, they might have 10, 15 possibilities in your life. But if you actually sit down and you actually look at them, all those possibilities, eventually one of those possibilities will become so evident that there is no choice. You've just got to go ahead and do it. That's all you've got to go and do. And you've got to, get rid of that old way of sort of kidding yourself, and having a good hard look at yourself and sort of saying, just go ahead and do it, So this Justice card is going to sort the chaff from the wheat for you, which is really good, which you need at the moment this year, I think. Stop you from sort of messing about, as it were. Okay. 2 cards again. What are you doing, Sage? You're amazing, right? I love you. Another 2 cards. So this is up here. This is petal 10. So petal 10 is basically how you interact with the reality that is around you. And look what you got. You got the four of swords and the 4 of pentacles. So it's coming out on this side, the 4 of pentacles. So she's guarded. She has her resources, but she's very guarded how she spends it. And I think this has to do with this. It connects right back to your karmic path, your fair exchange within your pentacles. So, spend your money wisely. Something that's not only going to benefit you, but actually, because it benefits you, it will benefit everybody else around you. So don't just throw your love around. Be actually sure about where you're going and what you're doing and what you want to put your heart into. On the physical side, as I say, it's a bit of a mixed bag here to a certain extent, and it's all to do with healing. They've got that heart on there, as you can well see, and it's all about healing that sort of heart in concerns with the physical world, which, as I say, I think over the past year, you might have torn yourself a little bit to ragged and, worn yourselves out, So it's at the moment, you should be looking at the world or looking this year to have interaction with things that are actually going to heal your heart, heal your inner being, as it were. Petal 6, your inner sanctum. Okay? Petal 6, we get the Temperance card. Okay, so the Temperance card is all to do about patience and stuff like that, biding your time. But at the same time, it's a case of having the sun under your wing, as it were, but also being very aware of the elements that are unforeseen, you know, like the moon elements. It's the things that you don't really see, but it's also the freeing of your spirit as well. So I think if you stay strong to yourself and you are very clear with that justice card on the physical side, it will stop you getting involved in things that don't actually serve you, that actually lead you down the garden path and doesn't let you in the house, as it were. You know, so this year could be a really good year of sorting the chaff from the wheat. This seems to be it for you this year and help you to sort of actually progress a lot further and be a lot wiser in your decisions and just go ahead and do it, you know. So let's do a bit of clarification. Yeah. What I like to do is I like to clarify the karmic path and then see what's going on in the subconscious and the reality that is around us. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's interesting to sort of see. It is one of the most complex readings out of the 12 that I've done, to be honest. And you are a bunch of complex people, you Sagittarius. You're lovely. So let's see what's going on here. You know, that passion that you have for life, and if you don't have anywhere to put that passion, it's going to burn you up. It's going to burn up your insides, really, and make you feel very tired. So let's just see what's coming up there. I don't do upside down, so I'm going to... It's a wish from the... This goes with the Nine of Cups. So the universe is really trying to provoke... Reach for the stars. Reach for the stars. You'll do really well. You know, the sun. How great is that? Fun, pleasure. Everything you do in the physical world should be fun. If it's not, then I hope you're getting a lot of money for it, although I'm not a great fan of money. But, you know, if you're having fun in your physical life, do you ever work? Enjoy yourself right from the get-go. And this is what your guides are trying to put in place, the idea to install that sort of fun. And then you've got the Hierophant there, you know, and the Hierophant is sort of like, you know, a very knowledgeable person, like a teacher, a master, but it's also to do with rules and regulations. It's a very straight path. It's the steps going up. Is going up to his higher knowledge, you know, which is that sort of star. So he's reaching for the star. You have it within you to actually do everything that you need, you know, and get the best out of life. So let's just have a look what's going on the on the spiritual side of your life, okay, and how we connect them all together. Ace of Pentacles starting. So actually manifesting your love, your desire, your pleasure, your spirit. This is the start of it. Pentacles are normally to do with the material side, but this is on your spiritual and emotional side. And this is where it's sort of starting of a new path, planting of a new seed. Lovers. I think it's going to be good for you guys. I think you're going to fall in love. It doesn't necessarily mean with another person. It could be. You know, if you're in a relationship, it could be falling in love with the community or your family, or rediscovering the love within your couple. You know, but whatever it is to do with that fair exchange. And I think that's what you're going to start loving as well. And it's going to bring you healing. So we've got a repeat of the card which we've got at the top of you, right at your base. And I think that goes with that Six of Swords. And people, you know, you're going to you'll get a rite of passage. That Six of Swords is actually being guided across the oceans towards you, you know. So let's see how this connects at the top of your flower, to see how it sort of manifests in your everyday life and in through your subconscious. Yeah, Ace of Wands, continuing on with that journey. Yeah, but on the physical front, I think that's more on that sort of side. So, you know, being passionate about what you do, falling in love with what you do. This is what we said earlier on. I think so. You know, falling in, if you don't love what you're doing, then I would question it and maybe do something else. Maybe. You know what I mean? Obviously, these are only just cards. The most important person in this whole jigsaw is yourself. Without you, nothing happens. Right? You have to go ahead and do it. And it's got that good intuition, that passionate within you, that fire, that mental fire, which you do have, Sagittarius. You know, there's no doubt about it. Yeah? Let's just... Okay, so you've got the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups is probably tying into this second card here. This Eight of Wands. 2 eights again. So you've got, you know, it's walking away from things that do not serve you, basically. And you might have loved what you're walking away from, but it doesn't mean you're bound to it or shackled to it. You know, that's the thing. You don't have to be shackled to it. You could, you know, with these, you know, with this, it's going to be interesting to see what comes in here. With this information or these messages that are coming in from the universe and coming in really quick, you know, it might be a case of kind of going, I can't hold this line anymore. I can't hold this reality. I've got to move on, even if you're not. You know, and this could do with work. It could do with maybe, you know, community, maybe a bit of a move coming up for you. But the thing is, you know, the interesting thing is that she's walking away from one side. She's walking towards, I don't know if you can see that. I'll do it here. You know, you're walking away towards the sun. She's walking towards another sun, you know, which is happiness, as we saw earlier on with the, you know, the clarification over there. So let's just see what comes in there. The Page of Pentacles. So you've got the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom and the Page of Pentacles. They're almost very similar. It's the start of a journey. Certainly learning in your daily life, in everything that you do, and it is learning to manifest your love, to say it, to dance with someone. That's really important. I think it came out in Scorpio as well, which is just next to you guys, which a lot of influence comes in from Scorpio. But it's actually falling in love with being you, falling in love with being with other people, and just accepting that if you please show me something that's perfect. Nothing in the universe is perfect. Thank God. Because if it is perfect, then there's nothing to do. And we have loads to do. And this is what this whole new paradigm is all about. Exploring all the new avenues that are coming out. You know, so I'm curious to see what those two cards have got in connection. I'm just going to pull one more card. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Let's just, hey, let's live a bit. You know what I mean? You Sagittarians are not adverse to a bit of a risk. And Justice. Justice comes out, is sitting Valia. Look how she's smiling. I'm going to show you this card because it's like the Mac card. But look how she's sort of smiling there. You know, she's got her just desserts. And I think if you look after yourself in the physical sense and you're wise and you invest your love physically in the world around you, you got the recipe for just a pure bliss, you know. It's going to be good. It's going to be a really good year, Sagittarius. You know, so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out and how it plays out with the elements as we go into Solar Cycle 25, which you'll see on Cymatic TV. But it will be interesting to see as we go through this on a weekly basis through the tarot readings and also the astro readings on this on this channel here. Good reading, great reading. It is now the time for change, Sagittarius. Don't hold back. Don't wait around. It should be good. I hope you do enjoy this. Please do subscribe. Click that bell for all the notifications for the future videos coming up. And don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy your 2022.